It's good to see real Michigan get together to take Michigan back so we can take America back. Is this enough real Michigan to take Michigan out of the blue and into the red for Donald Trump? Are there enough real Michiganiacs, real Michigan deer hunters in Fred Bear country, in the winter water wonderland, to stand up for what we believe in? Tomorrow's the day. I love this state. I love your attitude and your energy. I love your spirit. Take no crap, Michiganiacs. Here in Grand Rapids, the gateway to up north, in Fred Bear country, I'm proud to stand with you here tonight. And Donald Trump and his sons asked me to play the song Fred Bear here tonight. How could you not? You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You think this PA system can cut the mustard? What do you think, young lady? Will you dance when I start playing? I got a smile. I got a smile from the Secret Service. I was born in Detroit in 1948, and I wanted to get a bow and arrow. My dad said, "Okay, Ted, get a job." Yeah, I said, "All right." So I started delivering the Detroit news. And I started shoveling snow and raking leaves and cutting lawns. And I sold night crawlers. Anybody ever sell night crawlers? And I said, "Dad, I'd like to get a guitar. Play that Chuck Berry music." My dad said, "You're going to have to get another job, son." So I did. And he said, "You're going to have to practice every day and practice every night, because if you're going to play guitar, you're going to kick some ass." That's what you're going to do. We started going up north every October 1st. And we stopped in Grayling, Michigan. Any way I can get a little more monitor up here? I love to hear when I sing this song. A little more monitor. Because Fred Bear is the most important song in the world, isn't it? Everybody's got a Fred Bear, don't you? And I met a man in Grayling at the Grayling restaurant. And we had cherry pie and chocolate milk together. And I didn't really know who Fred Bear was, but I came to admire the man. I started hunting with Fred. And he said, "Ted, stand up for what you believe in. Never back down. Aim small, miss small." And then he died. And this happened. There I was, back in the wild again. And I felt right at home, where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again. Just like it happened so many times before. So many times. The spirit of the woods, he's like an old good friend. Makes me feel warm and good inside. I know his name, it's good to see him again. in the wind, he's still alive. Talking about Fred Bear, walk with me down the trails again. Take me back where I belong. Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I will join you on the big hunt before too long. It was kind of dark, another misty dusk, and it came from a tangle down below. I tried to remember everything he taught me so. I had to decide which way to go. Which way should I go, boys? Which way? Was I alone or in a hunter's dream? The moment of truth is here and now. I felt his touch, I felt his guiding hand. I could feel it, and the buck was mine forevermore. Because of Fred Bear, I walk down these trails again. He takes me back where I belong. Fred Bear, I'm glad to have you at my side, my friend. And I will join you on the big hunt before too long. Fred, let's go right back to Michigan. We're not alone when we're in the great outdoors. We got his spirit, we got his soul. So he guides my steps, guides my arrows home. Is that right, boys? Is that right? The restless spirit forever roams, and it roams with Fred Bear when I walk down these trails again. In Michigan, buddy. Up in Grand Rapids, Fred. Heart and soul, Michigan. Hey, Fred. It's November 7, buddy. The rut. We took off the day to support Donald Trump, Fred. Because we're going to get Michigan back, you know what I mean? Hey, Fred. You go up that ridge. I'll go down in the swamps. We'll get that buck. We'll get that buck. We'll get that Michigan. So thank you for even having me here tonight. Do you want the definitive proof? The definitive proof that Donald Trump needs to be the president, that he's qualified to be the president, and that he's got the cojones to be the commander-in-chief. You want proof? You want the ultimate proof? He invited Ted Nugent here tonight. That's all the proof you need. Because, man, you gotta have some to invite me here. Because I'm radical. I'm an extremist. I believe we have an experiment in self-government. How radical. I believe that we, the people, determine the destiny of America, that our elected employees work for us. I'm radical. I believe that the U.S. Constitution is written in stone and blood, and it is not translatable, it is not alterable. The Supreme Court cannot mess with our Constitution. They're supposed to just obey it and enforce it. I don't need the Bill of Rights to know that God gave me individual rights. He gave this guitar player individual rights, and our founding fathers wrote them down because the kings didn't acknowledge them. The kings and the tyrants didn't respect them. So we left the kings and the tyrants, and we came here, and now in 2016, this country is now led by a king and a tyrant. And I say it's time to end it now. And here's a little something for Hillary Clinton and her sheep. Keep means it's mine, you can't have it. Bear means I got two on me and they're loaded. And if you keep infringing on us, we'll arrest you and put you in jail where you belong because you work for us. I'm 68 years old, and I'm a happy man. I'm happy here tonight because I see real Michigan coming alive and taking it away from the blue punks who have turned this in to a Jennifer Granholm, Mayor Kwame joke. How dare Michigan turn blue like Illinois and California? We're not Illinois. We're not California. We're Michigan. So I'm a happy man in November. I'm a happy man to see the fire and the passion and the energy. God bless you all. Tomorrow's the day. I spend a lot of time with the heroes of the military because I owe them. We all owe them because freedom is not free. I spend a lot of time with military families crying around graves. I salute hundreds and hundreds of flag-draped coffins in Fallujah and Baghdad and Tikrit and Taji and Kandahar. Freedom is not free. And every one of those amazing American military warrior heroes, they charged into that war on terror for us. And a whole bunch of them would like to be in the woods in Michigan in November, but they gave the ultimate sacrifice and they're gone now. And a lot of them gave up their legs and their arms and their eyes and their skin, but not their spirit. And I know that when I hang out with them around the campfire, we got some military heroes right now at our camp. And I promise them that I'm not the only radical, that working hard, playing hard Michiganiacs are equally as radical for freedom and to give back to those heroes. And here's all they want. Here's all they want. They want you to vote the Constitution. They want you to vote the Bill of Rights. And I do not solicit political comments from any of them. But around a Michigan deer hunting campfire, you don't have to solicit anything, do you? The spirit flows. Honesty is unabated. It's uninhibited. It's real. It's honest. And you know what they tell me? They're heartbroken that their buddies died at the hands of a commander-in-chief who didn't let them be warriors. That's what they tell me. And if anybody in the media has a problem with that, you got a problem. So if nothing else, if you know someone who's apathetic and is not acting like a responsible American and not taking their duty, it's not just your right, it's your absolute we the people American job, duty, obligation, moral responsibility to do the research, find out who represents the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, who represents working hard, playing hard people, who produce. And that individual is unquestionably Donald J. Trump. So thank you for even putting up with me here tonight. I love Michigan, I love America, I love freedom, I love your energy and your attitude. I actually love you. Do you feel the love? So in a little bit here, you know, Donald Trump has been working very hard to earn our votes. Unlike Hillary Clinton, who takes from the producers and buys the votes. Unlike Hillary Clinton, who claims she's for gay rights and then takes monies from empires that kill you if you're gay. Unlike Hillary Clinton, who lies that she's for women's rights and takes giant donations from empires that will stone to death a woman if somebody just accuses her of adultery. Those are Hillary Clinton supporters. Dear God in heaven, what kind of freak votes for that? You know, I played the Star-Spangled Banner a moment ago, and you know that I am the czar of love. You know, again, you feel the love, don't you? Well, just to prove that I'm a united, tolerant lover, I played the Star-Spangled Banner, the American national anthem, and it sounded pretty authentic, didn't it? Those notes bled red, white, and blue. I closed my eyes and played for the heroes of the military. So right now, to show that I'm an inclusive guy and that I want to make sure that I'm tolerant to other stands and other points of view, I would like to right now sing a couple stanzas of the Hillary Clinton supporters' national anthem. Can I do that? My name is Ted Nugent, and I studied the Hillary Clinton national anthem for her zombie supporters, and I would like to sing a few bars of it. It goes like this. Meh, 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 meh. Gimme, meh, meh. Isn't that a lovely song? Am I out of line here, Hoekstra? What the hell? The GOP needs me bad. You know that, don't you? So, I will leave you with this. There were some animal rights people out front here earlier. No, really. If you smoke enough dope, you can think animals have rights. And on the way in, a couple of them were really angry because they knew I'm Ted Nugent and I whack them and stack them. I kill them and I grill them. And they were quite upset when I walked by because I think I smell like dead herbivores. I've got my Michigan Scent Lock Mossy Oak camo on that is a little tainted with deer blood. It's O'Day Nuge. And I walked over to one of the animal rights people and told him how much I love them, and that just because they're such goofballs, I'm going to kill an extra deer just for them. Wasn't that kind of me? Maybe I can save their Aunt Edna from going through the windshield of her Buick. Boy, would I like to take some questions and answers here right now, but I think you have all the answers already, don't you? So thank you for having the old guitar player here. I believe in the American dream. I believe that Donald Trump means what he says and says what he means. And if he ruffles feathers, good, because there needs to be some ruffled feathers in this country. I personally don't ruffle feathers, I pluck them. So, Michigan blood brothers, never back down. Never give up. Never walk away from a liberal and shrug your shoulders. Own them. Destroy them with evidence and facts and truth and logic and common sense. This is a culture war, not a culture argument, not a culture discussion. This is a culture war for the very soul of America. And do you realize, my Michiganiac blood brothers, do you realize that just the great winter water wonderland, the Great Lakes state of Michigan, that it is in your hands? All the polls say that if Donald Trump wins Michigan, he wins. I always knew that Michigan was powerful, but right now we're more powerful than ever because we hold the future of the Supreme Court, we hold the future of the American dream, we hold the future of we the people in tomorrow's election. That's how powerful we can be if we step up and convince everybody in our lives, please examine the evidence against Hillary Clinton and don't vote for the criminal. Don't vote for the liar. Don't vote for the scam artist. Vote for Donald Trump, President of the United States, tomorrow, November 8th, 2016, and then go out and kill a big old Michigan buck. God bless America. God bless Michigan. God bless Fred Bear. God bless up north. God bless Grand Rapids. God bless you all. I love you all. And let's pray tonight that we get a real commander-in-chief after the election's over tomorrow. Thank you very much, Grand Rapids. Thank you.
Hello, Michigan! I'm Mike Pence. I'm the governor of Indiana. And it is 1 minute after midnight. It is November 8th, the day that we make America great again. I can report to you, he just landed and he's on his way here. I'll tell you, it's incredibly exciting for me and my family to be with you. To have been invited a little more than 3 months ago to run and serve as the next Vice President of the United States of America. And I joined this campaign in a heartbeat because you have nominated a man for president who never quits. who never backs down. He is a fighter. He is a winner. And until very recently, it seemed like he was out there fighting all on his own. But now this movement is coming together. Michigan is coming together. We're going to make Donald Trump the next president of the United States of America. You know, I really do believe Donald Trump literally embodies the spirit of America. Strong, freedom-loving, independent, optimistic, and willing to fight every single day for what he believes in and for what will make America great again. You know, and it's not like it's exactly been a fair fight out there. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, ever since I joined this campaign, it's like I get up every morning, I got to turn on the television with a stick. You know, I never know what's going to be on there. You know, it's like the media's out there doing half of Hillary Clinton's work for her every day. It's like it's 2-on-1 out there, Michigan. But even though she's had all the advantages, Donald Trump's been winning hearts and minds every day, and he's going to win all the way to the White House. Remember about a week ago? What a difference a week makes, isn't it? Remember how the media was all reporting this thing was all but over, right? I mean, Hillary Clinton was naming cabinet appointments. Remember that? I mean, she was measuring curtains in the Oval Office or something. And then the American people showed up. You with me? I don't think Michigan was ever fooled. I mean, the truth is we're leading in one national poll after another, and it is wheel to wheel here in the state of Michigan. And we're going to make America great again. You know, she may have the money, the media, and the special interests on her side, but we got something a little more powerful, don't we? We got a basket of the American people that are saying enough is enough. And we're going to make America great again. You know, the truth is the groundswell of support here in Michigan and all across the country is evidence of the fact that more and more Americans every day have come to realize this is not so much a choice between two people. It's a choice between two futures. So let me tell you where I stand. I choose a stronger America. I choose a more prosperous America. I choose an America that cherishes and upholds our highest constitutional liberties. So I choose to stand with Donald Trump and every American who knows we can make America great again. You know, the truth of the matter is, I think the American people have just had enough. You know, I think they've especially had enough of the fast and loose ethics of Hillary and Bill Clinton. Am I right? I mean, you know, it's almost hard to keep up. It's almost hard to keep up with these things, isn't it? But let me see if I can help you out. So while she was Secretary of State in charge of all the foreign policy of the United States over here, she had a private foundation that was taking millions of dollars in contributions from foreign governments. And then in between those two things, she had this private server, right? Apparently just to keep all that stuff out of the public domain. And when the media found out about the private server, she used high technology and hammers to try and get rid of all of it. I mean, this summer, the FBI actually confirmed that she had classified information on that server, right? Exposing it potentially to being hacked by foreign powers, compromising our national security. But they ended up deciding that that was just, in their words, extremely careless, and they proceeded not to go forward. And a day or two ago, the FBI announced that they had, quote, not changed their conclusions. But you know, there's an old saying that facts are stubborn things. So let me give you a couple of facts, all right? Fact number one. Mishandling classified information is a crime. All right? It just is. And here's what we know. Hillary Clinton said she never sent or received any classified information. The director of the FBI testified before Congress that, quote, there was classified information sent. Hillary Clinton said that there was nothing marked classified on her emails sent or received. Director Comey said before the Congress of the United States, that's not true. Hillary Clinton said, I did not email any classified information to anyone on my email, and the director said there was classified information emailed. We also found out that the FBI, that aides at the State Department actually offered the FBI a quid pro quo to change the classified status on some documents on that server. And then we found out this weekend that Hillary Clinton had her maid printing off sensitive government documents from her private email. You know, let me say this, men and women of Michigan, here on this election day, the first hour of that election day, if only for their decades of self-dealing, the politics of personal enrichment, pay-to-play, mishandling classified information, compromising our national security, and outright corruption, we must decide here and now that Hillary Clinton will never be elected President of the United States of America. It's reason enough. The American people are sick and tired of pay-to-play politics, and it's exactly the kind of politics that's going to come to a crashing halt when Donald Trump becomes President of the United States. Working with the re-elected majorities in the House and the Senate, Donald Trump and I are going to pass fundamental ethics reform. We're going to end the revolving door between government and the lobbying world. In a word, we're going to drain the swamp. You know, the truth of the matter is, today is a day that the American people can put an end to decades of Clinton corruption and close the history books once and for all on the Clintons by electing Donald Trump as President of the United States. But the truth is, this election's even about bigger things than their small ethics. And on this election day, we do well to reflect on that with our neighbors and friends. I mean, the simple fact is that this election is also about our security. It's about our prosperity. And it's about the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Don't you doubt it for 1 second. On the security front, despite traveling millions of miles as our Secretary of State, the world is more dangerous today than the day that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama took over our foreign policy. Our allies are less secure, our enemies are more emboldened. I mean, the literally wider areas of the Middle East are virtually spinning apart after the weak and feckless foreign policy of this administration. I mean, Hillary Clinton was the architect of the foreign policy strategies of leading from behind and moving red lines and feigning resets with Russia and paying ransom to terrorist sponsoring states. Let me make you a promise. When Donald Trump becomes President of the United States, we won't be paying ransom to terrorist sponsoring states. They'll be paying a price if they threaten or detain American citizens. We cannot have 4 more years apologizing to our enemies and abandoning our friends. For the American people to be safe, for the world to be safe, America needs to be strong. And Donald Trump will lead on the world stage with American strength. We will rebuild our military. We will restore the arsenal of democracy. We will give our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marine, and Coast Guard the resources and training they need to accomplish their mission, and we will hunt down and destroy ISIS at its source so it can no longer threaten our people. or inspire violence in the homeland. This election is about our security, but it's also about our prosperity. I don't need to tell you up here in Michigan, this is a very challenging time for families all across the state and all across this country. We're in the weakest economic recovery since the Great Depression. 1 in 5 American households don't have anybody under the same roof with a job. Hillary Clinton's plan, more of the same. Not the same, more of the same. More taxes, more regulation, more of the kind of bad trade deals that have been shipping jobs overseas, and worst of all, more Obamacare. I mean, they tell us this economy is the best that we can do, but I think y'all here in Michigan know better. It's not the best we can do, it's just the best they can do. And when Donald Trump becomes president of the United States, we're going to put common sense American principles into practice, and we're going to get this economy working again for every American. We're going to work with a newly re-elected majority in the Congress. Hillary Clinton wants to raise taxes by $1 trillion. We're going to cut taxes across the board for working families, small businesses, and family farms. We're going to get rid of death taxes, and we're going to lower business taxes here in Michigan so companies in this state can create jobs here and compete more with companies around the world. We're going to repeal every single Obama executive order that's stifling jobs and growth in this economy. And when Donald Trump becomes negotiator in chief, the days of seeing American jobs heading south of the border and heading out of town are over. We're going to have trade. Trade's going to mean jobs, but it's going to mean trade is going to mean American jobs first, once again. We're going to renegotiate NAFTA. We're going to get out of this Trans-Pacific deal, and we're going to hold our trading partners accountable to the promises they make to the people in the most powerful economy on earth. We're going to have trade that works for the American worker first. And lastly, when Donald Trump becomes president of the United States, we're going to repeal Obamacare lock, stock, and barrel. And we're going to hold them accountable in Washington, D.C. for all the lies of Obamacare. Do you remember them? You remember them? If you like your doctor, you can keep. Not true. If you like your health insurance, you can keep it. Not true. Health insurance costs will go down, right? Not true. The Obama administration just announced the other day, next year, nationwide, the average premiums on Obamacare are going to go up 25%. And remember that what Hillary Clinton said earlier this year, she said, you know, before they called it Obamacare, they called it Hillary Care. Hillary Clinton actually wants to fix Obamacare by importing the worst ideas from Canada. She wants to put what's called a single-payer, government-run insurance program right into the heart of this failed policy. You know, my favorite line, though, came from President Obama himself. He actually compared Obamacare about a week ago in Florida to the Samsung Galaxy 7 phones that spontaneously burst into flames. Did you know he did this? He did, huh? Here's what the president said, if you missed it. He said, quote, when one of these smartphones has a few bugs, you don't pull it off the market. They upgrade it, they fix it. Unless it catches fire, then they pull it off the market. Well, what a coincidence, Mr. President, because that's exactly what we're going to do with Obamacare. We're going to pull it off the market so it stops burning up our wallets. And Donald Trump's not just going to repeal Obamacare, we're going to replace it Not with more government, but with more choices. We're going to let the American people buy health insurance across state lines, the way you buy life insurance, the way you buy car insurance. We're going to use the power of the free market in this country to drive down the cost of health care. That's how you solve problems the American way. So it's about security, it's about prosperity, but it's also about the Supreme Court of the United States. I mean, with the passing of Justice Scalia, literally the balance of the court is on the ballot. If you cherish the Constitution and the God-given liberties enshrined there, you better think long and hard about that. All right? Elect Hillary Clinton as President of the United States, you better get used to more unelected judges using unaccountable power to legislate from the bench. But you elect Donald Trump as President of the United States, and you're going to have men and women appointed to the Supreme Court and to courts across this country that will strictly construe the Constitution of the United States of America in the tradition of the late and great Justice Antonin Scalia. So men and women of Michigan, for the sake of the rule of law, for the sake of limited government, for the sake of the sanctity of life, for the sake of our Second Amendment and the right to keep and bear arms, for the sake of all the God-given liberties enshrined in our Constitution, we have to decide here and now that the next president to make appointments to the Supreme Court of the United States will be President Donald Trump. So on this election day, and how cool is it to see all of you out, and it's after midnight. It is November the 8th. The day we make America great again. I just would encourage you as his motorcade heads this way. And I'm going to pop back out and introduce the man himself. But I want to encourage you to do three things on this election day. Number one, vote. Bring a friend. Friends don't let friends vote alone. Go exercise that franchise that has been bought at such a high price and preserved through the generations for you. And vote to bring real change to America by making Donald Trump the President of the United States. And in the time that remains in this election, after you take care of your own vote, be sure to go tell somebody what this election is about. Because I don't really see this election as a choice between Republican and Democrat or liberal and conservative. I think it's like Ronald Reagan said years ago, it's a choice between up and down. It's a choice between whether we're going to continue to go down the hill to a weaker America at home and abroad, a more hollowed out American military, an America stifled by more taxes, more regulation, more Obamacare, walking farther away from our highest constitutional principles, or whether we're going to stop here in Michigan, plant our feet, turn around and march back up the hill to a stronger America at home and abroad, a more vibrant American economy for this generation and the next, and an American grounded in our highest American ideals. That's the choice. And lastly, as you make plans to vote, you make plans to tell somebody. Have faith. Have faith in the people of Michigan and the American people to choose right. I mean, I truly do believe as you study the long and storied history of this country, you find that every time the American people have had a clear choice between a future built on our highest ideals and built on American strength, the American people will choose American ideals and American strength every single time. So have faith in our people. And if you're of a mind to exercise that other kind of faith, I encourage you to do that too. If you do like Karen and I do from time to time, you bow the head or bend the knee, it'd be a good time to do it in these challenging times. But let me be clear on this point. When I encourage you to pray, I'm here for the ticket, I'm here for the team, I'm here for the movement, but on this one, I think Abraham Lincoln had it right. Abraham Lincoln was asked in his time if he thought God was on his side. And Abraham Lincoln said, "You know, I rather concern myself more with whether we're on God's side than that God is on our side." So just pray for our country. Pray for America. Because America matters. It truly does. And as I slip backstage and get ready to welcome my running mate, the next time you see me, you'll see him. I'll make you a promise. If on this election day you go do everything that you can do, talk to your friends and neighbors, exercise your franchise, lay out that challenge, I'll make you a promise. That man is ready. This team is ready. This movement is obviously ready. If you go out and make sure that Michigan is ready, we will elect Donald Trump as the 45th President of the United States of America, and we will make America great again. Let's go get it done today, Michigan. Thank you, and God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen of Michigan, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the next President of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Thank you, everybody. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, we added this stop about 12 minutes ago, and look at this place. Is this incredible? And we don't need Jay-Z or Beyonce. We don't need John Bon Jovi. We don't need Lady Gaga. All we need is great ideas to make America great again. That's all we need. That's all we need. So it's now officially Tuesday, November 8th. Did you ever think you'd be hearing a major speech like at around close to 1 o'clock in the morning? Are we crazy? Is this crazy? Crazy. But you know, we just left New Hampshire, where we're doing fantastically well. We're up in New Hampshire. We're up in Ohio. We're up in Iowa. We're up in North Carolina. We're doing great there. We're up in Florida. We're doing really, really well in Pennsylvania. I mean, we are doing well. These people, the world's most dishonest people, the media, they are not happy. No, they're not happy. They're saying, what's going on? Today we're going to win the great state of Michigan, and we are going to win back the White House. We're hours away from a once-in-a-lifetime change. We're going to have real change, not Obama change. I want to begin tonight by thanking all of you and all of the people in this incredible movement. You know, it's a movement like has never happened in this country before. It's a movement that nobody's ever seen before, even these people. They talk about it. It's one of the great political phenomena. Many of them have said it. Even some of them who truly, truly dislike me. They've said this is one of the great phenomena. I mean, look at this place at almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Look at it. So, I love Michigan. And I was the man of the year or something like 4 or 5 years ago. And I came here, and I have so many friends in Michigan, but I came here to get the award. They asked me to make a speech. I made a speech. And I talked about how Michigan, they're ripping your auto companies apart. They're taking your jobs. They're closing your plants. They're moving them to Mexico and other places, but mostly to Mexico in this case. And I talked about that. And everybody liked me in Michigan. I said, but, you know, we have to do something about it. But I wasn't a politician. But I talked about it, and I kept talking about it and talking about it and talking. And then I see Ford moving a big plant, and then Ford just 2 weeks ago announcing their small cars are going to be produced and made entirely in Mexico. And it's getting worse and worse. And I developed a great relationship with the people of Michigan. So the reason I'm here is that I thought New Hampshire was going to be my last speech. And I heard that crooked Hillary Clinton was coming to Michigan. I said, let's follow it up. Let's follow it up. And I said, there's no place I'd rather be for my last rally right here in Michigan, late at night, and full of energy and life. Boy, do we have energy and life. Wow. Although this is our last rally of this campaign, it's almost hard to believe. We started a year and a half ago. We started with 17 very talented people, governors, senators, Dr. Ben Carson, great guy, a lot of talented people. And one by one, and most of them have been terrific and give us great support. Ben Carson's one of them, as you know. But who would have thought? And now we have one flawed candidate left to beat. One flawed candidate. It's going to be the very beginning of a new adventure, because the new adventure, we have to win. We have to go out and vote. But the new adventure is making America great again. We're going to do it. After we win, I'm going to be coming back to Michigan a lot. I'm going to be coming back every time we open a new factory or a new automobile plant, and we will do it. And we'll do a lot of expansion. We're going to do a lot of expansion. I know exactly what to do, folks. We're not going to lose your jobs anymore. We're not going to lose your jobs anymore. We are going to bring back the automobile industry to Michigan, bigger and better and stronger than ever before. You've been mistreated. Michigan now stands at the crossroads of history. If we win Michigan, we will win this historic election. And then we truly will be able to do all of the things we want to do. They won't be taking our jobs any longer. They won't be doing the things they've been doing to us. We'll end up having great health care, strong borders. We'll build up our military. We have no choice. We have a depleted military. We'll be able to do the things we want to do. When you step into that voting booth today, now today. There is one core question for you to consider. Do you want America to be ruled by the corrupt political class? Or do you want America to be ruled by you, the people? That's what it is, by the people. It's the way it was supposed to have been for a long time. We've lost track. And for Michigan, we will bring back your automobile production, and we will bring back your industry. Wait till you see what we do for Michigan. I've been talking about it for a long time. Crooked Hillary has not talked about it, folks. She doesn't know where to begin. She talked about bringing industry back to New York State when she was a New York State senator. Let me tell you, not only didn't it come back, look at upstate New York. It's a disaster. It got worse. People fled, companies fled. It's a disaster. The corrupt politicians and their special interests have ruled over this country for a very long time. Today is our Independence Day. Today, the American working class is going to strike back, finally. Real change begins with immediately repealing and replacing the disaster known as Obamacare. It's just been announced that the residents of Michigan are going to experience a massive double-digit premium hike like you wouldn't believe. Not going to matter that much, honestly, because we're going to terminate it. You're not going to have to worry about it, okay? Don't worry. Now, on the other hand, if something horrible happens tomorrow, get ready to pay a lot more than you're even paying now. But that's not going to happen. I'm looking at that fantastic young lady right there. She's shaking her head. No way, no way. Not going to happen, right? Good. Not going to happen. No, I don't think you're going to have to worry about the premiums. But with Obamacare, premiums are surging. Companies are leaving. Insurers are fleeing. Doctors are quitting. And deductibles are going right through the roof. Yet Hillary Clinton wants to double down on Obamacare, making it even more expensive. And it doesn't work. It's no good. I'm asking for your vote so we can repeal and replace Obamacare and save health care for every family in Michigan and throughout the United States of America. We have to do it. We don't have a choice. Real change also means restoring honesty to our government. So the first thing we should do, let's get rid of Hillary. Okay, that's probably... That would be a very good first step. That's a good first step. Hillary Clinton is the most corrupt person ever to seek the office of the presidency of the United States. She is being protected by a totally rigged system that I've been talking about for a long time. It's a rigged system. Now it's up to the American people to deliver justice at the ballot box. And I don't have to say, do it tomorrow, do it in a week. You're going to do it today. You'll go to sleep for a couple of hours, right? Go to sleep. You go to sleep for a couple of hours. You wake up, you cast you. Then you can go back to sleep or go to work. You people don't go to sleep. You'll go back to work. I know my people. You'll get up after about 2 hours. You'll vote and you'll go to work. I know my Michigan people. I know. I have so many friends here. They work. They don't stop. We are finally going to close the history books on the Clintons and their lies and schemes and corruption. We will open a bright new chapter focused on you, the American people. My contract with the American voter begins with a plan to end government corruption and to take our country back from the special interests. I want the entire corrupt Washington establishment to hear our words, when we say, you know what we're going to say? We're going to win today, and we're going to Washington, D.C. to drain the swamp. Absolutely. Oh, you probably heard me say it. Drain the swamp. Oh, this is beautiful. Isn't it too bad that the corrupt media never show the crowds? You know, it is like almost 1 in the morning and we have, I think they said 18,000 people here. Every corner, look at this. Every corner. And you know what they'll say? Donald Trump is speaking before a crowd of people. These people are the worst. He's speaking in front of a few thousand people. At the core of my contract is my plan to bring back our jobs. The trade policies of Hillary Clinton, from NAFTA to China to Korea to the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which, by the way, is a disaster, have raided your factories, crushed your auto industry, and gutted your communities. You know it. And she's not, look, folks, honestly, you can give her a shot. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. She's not going to be able to do the job. She's not going to be able to do the job. Just look at her record. But forget her record. Not going to be able to do the job. She doesn't have a clue. Michigan has lost more than 1 in 4 of its manufacturing jobs since NAFTA, a deal signed by Bill Clinton and supported by his lovely wife, Hillary. Right? Right? By the way, you know who I spotted in the audience? Mayor Rudolph Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani. He's got energy, that guy. He's all over the place, going from place to place to place. Got a lot of energy, a lot of this up here, too. America has lost, listen to this, 70,000 factories. 70,000! Not 700, not 7,000. 70,000 factories since China entered the World Trade Organization. Another Bill and Hillary-backed disaster. We are living through the greatest jobs theft in the history of the world. There's never been anything like this. Our jobs are being stolen like candy from a baby. Not going to happen anymore, folks. There are going to be consequences. There are going to be, when they fire our people, our great people who have been working for 25, 30 years at these companies, they fire our people. There are going to be consequences. It doesn't work that way. Not anymore. And the politicians have been working on this problem for 15 years, for 20 years, and it's so simple to solve. Delphi laid off 3,627 workers and moved their jobs to Mexico and other countries. FTE Automotive laid off 166 workers in Auburn Hills, beautiful place, and moved their jobs to Mexico. Chrysler laid off 5,300 workers and moved their jobs to Mexico, China, and to other countries. Ford laid off 2,155 workers and moved their jobs to Mexico and many other countries. Now Ford is moving all of its small car production to Mexico. Isn't that wonderful? It used to be the cars were made in Flint and you couldn't drink the water in Mexico. Now the cars are made in Mexico, and you can't drink the damn water in Flint. What the hell? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So is that true, though, or what? Unbelievable. You know, I have a friend. He's the biggest in the world at building plants. That's what he does. He builds plants. If you said, build an apartment, he wouldn't know what to do. He builds plants, the biggest plants in the world, most sophisticated plants, all kinds of plants. I said, how are you doing? He's from this country. Loves this country, loves this whole area, loves you people. He wants to do them here. So I said to him, let me ask you, how are you doing? He said, unbelievable. I said, oh, that's good. That's good. Where are you doing well? Mexico. I said, what about our country? Not so good. He said, Donald, you have to see what we're doing in Mexico. We're building some of the greatest plants anywhere in the world. And I said, isn't this sad? Isn't this pathetic? We're going to change it around. I want Mexico to build great plants, but we're going to build great plants also. It's got to be a two-way street, folks. Got to be a two-way street. And right now, it's a one-lane highway right into these other countries. They take our money. They take our jobs. They build their plants. They build their factories. We end up with unemployment and drugs. That's what we end up with. Not going to happen any longer. A Trump administration will stop the jobs from leaving America, and we will stop the jobs from leaving Michigan. That I can tell you 100%. If Ford or another company wants to fire their workers in Michigan and move to another country and ship their products back into the United States, I will pick up the phone myself if I can, because I love it. They don't want me to do that, folks. I want to do it. It's so easy. I love doing it. It's like I'm a natural. But I'll have plenty of great representatives. But I'm going to do it every once in a while. I don't care. Because I love it. We'll be calling the executives at Ford or whatever company is, and we'll tell them very nicely that if they want to move their factory or their plant to another country, they will have to pay a 35% tax when they sell their cars or their product back into the United States through what will soon be a very, very powerful border. So they'll pay a tax. And here's what's going to happen. 100%. Nobody's moving, folks. They're not going to move. They're not going to move, okay? Just think of it. Don't worry about it. We'll build a wall. Don't worry about it. A Trump administration will renegotiate NAFTA. And if we don't get the deal we want, we will terminate NAFTA and get a much better deal for our workers and our companies, 100%. We will also immediately stop the job-killing Trans-Pacific Partnership, which Hillary Clinton called the gold standard. And she lied. Look, she lied. During the debate. By the way, did Trump win the debate? Did Trump win the debate? And by the way, he's here. Did Mike Pence win the debate? Man, was that an easy debate? It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But he certainly made it look easy, didn't he? How good is this guy? Wow. Honestly, I felt so sorry for Tim Kaine. That was like a great football team playing your local high school football players. So Hillary lied about it. She said it was the gold standard, and we caught her in the lie and all of that. But when you think about it, it is the gold standard. It's the gold standard for the other countries, not for us, for the other countries we're doing business with. Can't do it. Hillary will pass the TPP. She will absolutely pass it, which will destroy the rest of the auto industry. Believe me, it will, just mark my words, it will destroy. They don't even talk about currency manipulation in TPP, and they didn't want to because it was taken out, because some of our politicians wanted it taken out, their number one weapon. They wanted it taken out because the special interests take care of our politicians, folks, but they're not taking care of me. I've spent a fortune on this campaign, and I'll tell you, I told this to Mike Pence. If we don't win, because everyone's saying unbelievable, unbelievable, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, there's never been a movement like this. I said, let me just tell you, stop right there. If we don't win, this will be the single greatest waste of time, energy, and money in my life. We have to win. To do what we have to do, we have to win. We can't just have something that looks wonderful in the history books in 30 years. As part of our plan to bring back jobs, we are going to lower taxes on American business from 35% to 15%. We will massively cut taxes for the middle class. Hillary Clinton wants to raise your taxes very significantly. Think of it. We're the highest taxed nation in the world, and she wants to raise your taxes. And we will rebuild our inner cities. I know so much about Detroit. I know so much about the inner cities. The African American community, the Hispanic community, has been treated horribly for a long time. The politicians, in the case of the inner cities, virtually all Democrats, for over 100 years sometime, chain unbroken. What they've done is they come in and they get your vote, and then they say, see you 4 years, I'll see you in 4 years. We're going to fix our inner cities. Right now, they're so unsafe. You walk to the store to pick up a loaf of bread, you get shot. You get shot. You know, in Chicago, thousands and thousands of shootings since January 1st. The inner cities are unbelievably dangerous. The education is no good. The safety is horrible, and there are no jobs. And I tell everybody, what the hell do you have to lose? I'm going to fix it. We will fix it. We will fix it. Vice President Mike Pence will be involved, and he is so enthused about this. There is such potential. We have such potential in the people. I'm talking about the people. There's such potential there. We will fix it. Remember that. We will become a rich nation once again. But to be a rich nation, we must also be a safe nation. Hillary Clinton wants a 550% increase in Syrian refugees pouring into our country. And virtually unlimited immigration from the most dangerous regions of the world, including regions overrun and controlled by ISIS. Her plan will import generations of terrorism, extremism, and radicalism into your schools and throughout your communities. When I'm elected president, we will suspend the Syrian refugee program, and we will keep radical Islamic terrorists the hell out of our country 100%. We have no choice. We have no choice. But we all have big hearts, and we will build safe havens in Syria, and we'll get the Gulf states. They have nothing but money. They have nothing but money. We will get them to pay for it. We owe $20 trillion right now. We're not going to pay for it. We're going to get the Gulf states to pay for it. We'll manage it. We'll take care of people. But they can't come into our country. We have enough problems, okay? Here in Michigan, you've seen firsthand the problems caused with the refugee program. with large numbers of poorly vetted refugees pouring into your state without your knowledge, without your support, or without your approval. Nobody even knows where people are being placed. A Trump administration will not admit any refugees without the support of the local community where they're being placed. A Trump administration will also secure and defend the borders of the United States. And yes, we will build a great, great wall. So, I just want to ask you one question, if you don't mind, at 1 o'clock in the morning. Who is going to pay for the wall? 100%. They don't know it yet, but they're going to pay. Now, we're going to have a great relationship with Mexico, but right now it's a one-way street. We can't have that. We can't have that. They're going to pay for the wall. Hillary supports totally open borders, there goes your country, and strongly supports sanctuary cities like San Francisco, where Kate Steinle was murdered by an illegal immigrant, deported at least 5 times. A Trump administration will end this nightmare of violence and end it quickly. We will stop illegal immigration, deport all criminal aliens, and dismantle every last criminal gang and cartel threatening our wonderful citizens. We're going to do it easily, quickly. We will also repeal the Obama-Clinton defense sequester and rebuild our badly depleted military. There haven't been many times when we need it more. I'm honored to have the endorsement of more than 200 top admirals and generals and 22 Medal of Honor recipients, and that list just grew a lot larger today. Hillary Clinton and our failed establishment have dragged us into foreign wars that have made us less safe, shipped our wealth overseas to other countries, and left our borders at home totally wide open. That will change when we win the presidency. That will change. That will change. It has to change. It has to change. From now on, it's going to be America first. America first. And just in summing up, to all Americans I say, it is time for change. It is time for leadership. Just think about what we can accomplish in the first 100 days of a Trump administration. We're going to have the largest tax cut since Ronald Reagan. And Hillary wants to raise your taxes. We will eliminate every unnecessary job-killing regulation. We'll cancel every illegal Obama executive order. We will protect religious liberty. And yesterday it was Billy Graham's 98th birthday, meaning an hour ago. Yesterday meaning an hour ago. But he's a great, great man, and his son Franklin has been so amazing. But I wanted to mention Billy Graham, 98 years old, amazing. We're going to rebuild our military and take care of our veterans who have not been taken care of properly. We are going to take care of our vets. It's about time, believe me, it's about time. We're going to provide school choice and put an end to Common Core. We're bringing education local. We will support the great men and women of law enforcement. We will save our Second Amendment, which is under siege, and appoint justices to the United States Supreme Court who will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. The election is now. The election is now. Can you believe it? It's today. It's today. It's unbelievable. You can make every dream you've ever dreamed for your country and your family come true. You have one magnificent chance to beat this corrupt, rigged system and to deliver justice for every forgotten man and forgotten woman and forgotten child in this nation. We are fighting for every citizen who believes that government should serve the people, not the donors and not the special interests. And we are fighting to bring us all together as Americans. We're living in a divided nation. We're living in a very divided nation. We're going to be brought together. Just imagine what our country could accomplish if we started working together as one people under one God, saluting one American flag, right? I'm asking you to dream big, because with your vote, we are just hours away from the change you've been waiting for your entire life. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and to every child who dreams for their future, I say these words to you tonight. I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you, I promise. To all Americans tonight, in all of our cities and in all of our towns, I pledge to you one more time, together, we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. Go to bed. Go to bed right now. Get up and vote. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Michigan. We love you. We'll be back. Let's win. Thank you.